Clive.
Joshua Waterall.
I've received word from Cyril.
His will.
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found...
I'm surprised anything survived.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in...
Very well.
How can I help you, Clive? And no sooner. While I may... That's what...
I do.
What I true... But teacher... Try to stay out of trouble.
How's tea stop the fits?
Is there aught I might assist you with? His Grace and I... At first... It was my duty to him. My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, Yud.
May you return... Have care, my lord.
Welcome, welcome. Of course. Fine choice.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous. Cyril, you found a letter from Father? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans?
his plans for the duchy, Your Grace. The complete emancipation. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace, with the blight spreading ever more widely across
He wished to see men and bearers treat. Small wonder he did not think it
but he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have those who would have stood with you.
It's a pity.
It is true that but one at least remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted.
And where is...
She awaits you in the yard.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis,
What is it?
one of our brethren lately journeyed across He sent an owl,
Was he so
No. An ancient route by gaining an...
And so you sent one of...
I entrusted the mission to one of the though he has been silent, yet it seemed, for as you so...
But Ash is a big...
Perhaps. Mickleburg, it lies, if... All
right.
You are Go then.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift.
Lift up your head, Lady Godith. You have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady.
What exactly is...
As I'm sure you know, it has long been...
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasure's eye. Alas, he had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself. But it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me it was your father's wish, but with his grace long since, you are grown men now. And while I would not presume, I know that no...
Thank you.
What say you,
What else? Of course,
Oh, I am...
Do you know where we might find this?
I do. It is found in the bellies of elder... We do at least know where to find one.
A certain spec?
You are most perceptive, your grace. In fact, this is the very same... Were you to slay it in his...
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Fly, Ambrosia. Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rosfield. yourself. Is this the Heartstone?
Would you like to see my wares? Thank you. Farewell, traveller.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is...
And the Heartstone.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your Grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside, enemies who would thwart his...
And only if we stood together.
Indeed. But this was... it was a
Thank you for remaining this...
Forgive me, my lady. There is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked so...
Because I was the keeper of the vault, of the deep love he had for book. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewellery be sent away from the... I tried to warn you. When word of the fire reached Rosalith,
And thank the Fountain.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. And so my pursuit He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha.
As do I.
Thank you, Mike, for coming back to us.
The bands. It must be gratifying.
It is.
If let him see that
I suppose. What do you say?
I think I was hoping to be a...
your father's helm is enshrined since the day we... I prithee, claim it, and I do not doubt.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting. Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And will keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Let's go. Faster! You deserve a rest. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Might this be Mickelberg?
Straight home now. These people aren't. And the village seems... What is going on here? Ah, heed the call. No, to be honest, What are you doing?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. This village, where they shall cast the...
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord.
Let us be reborn and free us.
They want to be... Forgive me.
You mean the traveler from Stone?
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me.
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right. And you must be the third.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bear.
He said that you had...
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. You have seen them. They devote themselves, praying night and not that they might be granted respite from their... Serve him with... I, too, swore to devote my life to the service. And so I would see it see these that they might do their...
You do understand.
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become... I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these... Forgive me, my lord. But I must... Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what... Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before.
it!
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must. To become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
My lord I'm glad.
I met with your third.
Thank you, my lord. He remained.
He died protecting. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you...
The villagers, they prayed to their god that they... Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself, even knowing that...
Then he perished. For the right to choose how one dies is no less a noble ambition. It matters not how misguided others, only that the decision is we live for better or...
But he didn't die for your creed. And you still believe...
I believe we of the and this was his.
I'd like to know this man, to know the names of all the They died serving my house. That is my duty.
I shall fetch the book, my lord. It has the greatest honor, though our... And were they here?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be You're really going to go? I am, but if it's within my power. It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be... Of course. Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. A damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the
bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite... We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather them. The Akashic may strike it. Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Tell them to prepare. Understood. I'll do what I can to... Have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to...
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside? What do you want?
To pass on it. There's been an ether flood. The camp with the so-called... They're no longer just bad. You need to begin
Oh, do we?
Lubor, perhaps. You may believe it.
But why would he lie about something?
Some twisted it. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have a great honor for one. He might...
Lord Underhill, Lubor cannot...
You may not trust me. If there is any...
There isn't. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the day.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard but I can. You only have to...
I appreciate it.
Sid!
Victor?
I couldn't abandon Lubor is in need of this...
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes!
Go!
Come on, then.
Go on!
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go! Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the place had been abandoned until the League of... now they're all turned, and if the scouts...
They are mine. With the bandits, we at least... When these creatures come, the town guard will muster at the north gate. Both forces will provide... And as soon as it has been... Conrad, can I count on this?
Always.
I leave the selection and the command of our men.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask and tell them, as long as our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands...
Very well.
Where do I fit into? Where else? I would like you to travel to the home of... Main host is most likely still there. And
A little gardening.
I doubt it. I have a...
Luckily,
So you... All right then. Now it's...
looks like everyone's ready. Better not keep them waiting.
Fly, Ambrosia.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charitina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated. And we need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalamil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalamil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our back.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved.
But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalamil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalamil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalamil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How not so long ago I had... And now, here.
Lubo.
Fear not, I would sooner face another horde of Akash. I'll make sure.
I don't doubt it, and not just the children.
Can't have all...
Sid.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's and something else.
How did she come?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it's even better for her.
Leaving the bear...
Sid, I'd like... And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden... I can't let those bearers...
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer...
Thank you, Chadwick. The thought of...
He must be very...
He was.
Then we find it.
The entrance, we should head there.
As do I.
Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that.
So what do I owe the honour? So, will it be? No scratches, all right? And?
Come on. Doris is waiting for me near Balmundark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by Akashic. I need to hurry. Go. There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are... If Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground.
Then I'll search the up...
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer. Locked up tight.
Let darkness fall!
So this plane, and I doubt that. They were feeding bear. Minimal loss if we're lewd alive. Even the Imperials take... Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. No luck downstairs.
I know. Bearers die every day in service of them. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing. And not just those who could fight, but those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors down. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be... Are you alone?
Some of the guards.
Thank the fuck.
It was worth our coming.
Ready when you are. You poor thing. What?
He fought them. He must have sent you. Where is he?
Chadwick.
Was that?
We have to get out of here.
Doris.
All right.
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
the prison. I can't let that happen.
Sid.
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. He was here.
I'm sure he fought brave.
Chadwick.
Come on.
No. I'll see that she's looked after.
From what I hear, you've...
She is. Slowly but surely. I thank the flame.
I know. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. How he fought. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met. I'd like to hear more.
Of course. You already met my former master. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. For years, we were her dad, so we escaped. After so many years of training,
But even in camp, and he died, not as...
Heide Marie is proof of that. And the curse break, I'll fight until...
Thank you, Doris.
Sid, I was...
It depends what...
A bearer. But as you know, the work we do is not easy.
I don't mind, but...
Because our ranks are filled with scouting. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions...
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' tent?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial and that he is to proceed directly to North...
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the...
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Clyde! Rutherford informed.
I would have done that.
You're far too modest.
From what little I...
But I was wrong. Alas, it seems that we must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimate, the realm's armies, as you've seen first, certain cities, and yet, in short...
But how would one...
The armies, my boy. Sadly, but I do know...
I thought he was...
He was. And as...
Of course you...
And he's a Greek. Pavel has always been... I extolled your... You don't mind?
Of course not. As long as Kale... And if the Field Marshal...
That's...
I'll leave for... Would you send us...
Of course.
Excellent.
No.
If Joshua's worried about... Something tells me that... What is it this time, Torgal? Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different.
I suppose it's not.
She doesn't think she...
And that's why we need to to let her know that we still need her. But how
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied... And Jill and I broke from the procession to
to see this? It was the first time, Father. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot...
In the rain. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us. And needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill...
Man's Hill.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed.
You're saying I should go and scout the area? Vivian, and I'd be happy to help.
Thank you, Clark. But,
Please, it's only right.
You are too... Alas, I spoke with her pop...
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clark, but this book...
What do you think happened?
Sid, you have...
With what?
No. Well, yes.
It's Miss Middledore. Very strange.
When she is.
In the class.
That's what I...
Well, she does have...
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? Oh, don't listen to her.
But who's gonna put Miss...
Why don't I go and...
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare it.
Thanks for the warn. Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the end...
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest shipping, but what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies. The Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much on but not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise. If at first I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly. Then I'll need some bone.
If it's beast bone...
No, they'll know.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Middledore mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied.
Miss Shirley says your book's made quite an impression on the children. You've inspired them all to become writers themselves.
Is that so? We'll need to find some more parchments then.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is not my name. I wish to...
No, I will not send good men and... Why would you want to...
I need to... I was raped. Or rather, it was not a place of... We were tortured. And few ever survived.
I can't imagine.
I lost. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run...
You were a good... But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid.
Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Budbuck.
You will?
I won't let you...
I don't...
You can start by telling...
Be the great.
All right.
May them...
So, there's a new mother.
Do you suppose it's magic? Keeping the thing afloat.
What else could it be?
Pining for something. What is it? I never did ask where you got that ankle.
From Sid, that's why. On the day.
That long?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Clap that there iron up.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Doubly hard him. Sid would always tell him. You want that iron gone? I reckon what he...
I'm sorry. Sorry for making... Let's get that thing...
Doesn't sound like he won't.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of... You want me to go with you, son?
Quick, can't you?
Not nearly as much as you have.
Aye, good thing, and all.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest.
Where to, then, Torgal?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
Hippocrates. I've been charged with...
And you seek one whose name I...
Right as all. But she didn't...
And yet I... Clive, I fear she are...
The executive.
Coveters of a clandestine organization. One such tech, a tale which could overturn or... So...
How is it that I haven't...
Why? They lurk in the shadows.
Which would explain...
By the hand.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, you may just assume...
Then my hunt was doomed. What was Vivian expecting?
Not from thin air. Rumors of the executors, but rather less... alas. But, though he didn't... If you were, by some chance, able to save even...
Very well. I'll be sure to... All right, Torgal. I'm going to need it. Do you have a better hint? Unless... Why don't we try the... To port his old... Fingers crossed the old mooring.
All right, Sid.
Only if you want. Mid needs a piece of line, but...
Most don't, if it's durable.
I do. Well, any all that...
Well, but don't
I'll keep that in... Mid's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. It's still here. A lot smaller than... And you're a lot bigger. You might...
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will...
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the... All right. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the Emperor without it, and we certainly could come on, Torgal. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. this is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive. We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only...
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask
someone at the back here? Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide? It looks like we found him. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. Mid?
Ah, you make it sound like...
Tell me...
It's... and a cogwheel. Gears that small are a bast...
Wait, the children. Now that I think about
The young'uns? I'll keep working on the model.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working.
A new invent? Is it an...
Do you think she'll let us...
That just so happened. A brass gear. That's...
Oh, the one you forgot.
We saved it.
Since your lesson, all the pieces...
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? Yep.
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place. Well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my Mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, If I'm putting this engine at the end, it won't be much of a prize if it... But it in the size of a dream, and I reckon I've got...
I'm sure you...
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even abandoned.
Not here. Come on.
Can hardly make it. Blooming thing.
You deserve a rest. This one's awake. Let's see what's inside.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait. Farewell.
Do you see that too?
What is it? Oh, please. Just make it stop.
I'm scared.
It's all right.
Ready, go? Yeah!
Can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I don't need...
Please. This won't take long.
You're right, men.
Let darkness go!
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal, are either of you in?
No, my... Fucking traitors. But I hadn't thought the corruption. It's a fucking... You're interfering, old bart, my lord. Or a Sid.
Call me what you want. It doesn't change. Or the urgency of the message I bring.
Before I agree... I'd have you answer, what do you stand?
I won't deny that I might benefit, that I seek a new beginning. And while the choices I've made, I know. For so long, when it should have been our decision all along. But in order to take it, we...
Certainly not the words I expected from it. You are, no. I'll never hear the end. All right. I'll start. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't...
Thank you, Field.
But they...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into it. We will need an envoy. One who can call...
I'm flattered. And I have other What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that, sir? And would...
Of a different kind, but...
I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord
And I will see that my...
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to... Someone like Quentin.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
No need to ride from here. Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells... Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamber and do the one thing that has proved...
I know it's a lot to...
And you'd have me... The people of Lost Wing. You'll have to find...
I'm sorry.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any... They want you to speak for that. We'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled.
It's not...
Then what is it?
You know.
Then what are... Only we are worse? Why turn your back on everyone? Who's to say you couldn't...
A stir. I fear that any...
So you'll join her? Field Marshal Hav. I can arrange...
That would be... I hear the roads.
My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed. Rutherford is accompanying him back to your... They will await your...
One other.
Lord Havel was concerned. He asked if
One of...
Master Quinton would probably call me.
Another out. Just the thing we need to put these good-thinking clients.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton, you still haven't mentioned how...
Oh, don't. The 7 high houses. They have all agreed to make the most... Oh, of course, it did take a... But luckily I had...
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the...
It was more of a...
Well, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private dock, and when the other houses saw the parsimony... Now, join us there.
Of course.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have... That is, unless you'd have them turn it...
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says that my soldiers actually need their ration. They'll be dead even before...
Perhaps I might suggest, those supply routes are indeed disrupt, allow them to make port and fill... but I'm sure that you two such... Rutherford spoke...
Us?
I can't stand...
Clive, I'm beginning to...
And what kind of company were you expecting?
Criminal? How? You are not fit to breathe this...
Upstanding!
Once more onto the...
Shall we begin? What we seek here is not to create it. We wish simply to bring and to do that, we must convince those in power, the general. There will be disagreements, yes. If we show them the path. Show the fate of the world lies in my nephews, but the well-being of her people lies in...
Uncle Byron.
Now, with that said, for what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a Citizen... Well, my boy.
That it is.
This is the role we shall play our parts to the best of the realm needs. I
will. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the...
yours.
Please.
Oh, the sergeant says you're...
To become a scout?
I am.
And who would that be?
Gav. No magic. No, it taught me, and I've been training ever since.
You clearly have good intentions, Ember.
So...
You have... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, and bring it...
And bring it here?
No. You'll need to assess all without...
Ember.
Know my limits. I won't let you down.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run!
Um...
If you want him... Soil and stone! It's over. Gone.
Where is Ember?
He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous...
The right... I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Don't you tell me you breached...
What? To bring the thing back without...
He has you then, is it?
But Sid!
He did what he thought was best.
Of course. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
Should have seen him. The thing didn't stand a chance.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Truth be told, it was me, but from what I hear...
No. When faced with an unexpected had I not been there, he would be dead.
Thank you, Sid. Ember, you braved the tower to me. That's no bet.
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanted after all. He did do as you are.
With a bit of hard work. But a scout's nose, and by sniffing out that log, wouldn't do to...
Fine.
I'll do. I'll spend my days and nights. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, there, huh? Just like so. And if you ask me, that time the curse breakers took...
Couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I... Next thing you know...
Forgive me, Sid.
But that's why we need men like Ember. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
You all right?
Something troubling.
It's just...
I'm sure.
Back in the... Yeah, I'll let the...
So?
Now, the problem...
Is there anything... All right, then.
A good luck charm.
Not just then.
No. Thing is...
Only the big...
That or the...
Well, there's no shortage. I think I might...
You're a good...
Say what you will. Lady Currency.
This should tide us over until the new moon.
Oh,
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where...
snow daisies. I reckon both have similar climates.
Right.
Did
the gardener hear me?
the fields beyond Northreach. I recalled that she kept the record, so I ask.
Whose shores... Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. A silver chocobo.
Oh, or maybe not. There was a man near some most took...
We'll see.
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even if... Girl gone blue.
Can I help you?
You wouldn't happen to...
But if it's fancy...
Was a silver...
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be the...
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me. Some Rosaria.
I'll do. You've the look of it.
I'm looking for...
That's... No one has seen us. Word is, they were all... If any are still out there...
You're probably... A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It's a... Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. The chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. Just part. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gab.
It was no trouble at all.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to East.
Everything up there's the empty cabin made for the perfect shelter.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on. They'll find a new home. After all, anyway, what matter? And now all that's...
I didn't know you could...
Like the fact I'm as good with it, and that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
But it weren't your ravies. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long...
Don't speak to...
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap...
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to you.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
I was just about to go in.
Ah.
How are you feeling?
Well... Is...
Wrong.
Go on. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. I mean, a baby. Oh, I hope...
I thank you, my lord.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift hop?
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are, after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
One of these...
If by, I reckon...
but just... That stuff...
Sounds like a...
Do you think they'll come?
And how might I help the garrison today?
Fly, Ambrosia.
deserve a rest. Another of the Royalist guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is, too.
No match for you, eh, Torgal? Come on. The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not hand me the... Leave it in our care.
Your care?
That is but by one means or another.
Then I'll have to... I won't let you erase it.
Then we fight very well.
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have a...
Why do you want it?
It lays out in... It tells the shameful history. Would you say that this...
I don't know.
You don't? Your sword may be sharp, so let me up. There is that a series... It is a question of if enough people...
So you're trying to...
We are trying to protect people from knowledge. That would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian. stables, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here. Conditioning. Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden. This must be the registry. So many names. This place was... But where is the architect of all this misery? Rise only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. I'm done here.
I hear that you... Did you buy it?
I did.
If the bear... The director was a brute.
The registry was all I found. There was no sign of a body. Or any...
I pray all their names are here. My friends. I can still... Children. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to...
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. All of Valisti. And in the name...
Neither will I.
These
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be?
Vivian, I found it.
You... Even though I fear the executive...
I met with one of the... and I convinced him. He told me something. The truth is just... and that if enough people believe...
It does, but it also means that the truth is provided that those who... As the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to...
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A gallows stood ready for... And by shunning society, or I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse. And that, though...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly? Perhaps the result. But the more I study... So if you'll permit... Remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted world...
I'll try, Vivi.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Here's everything we've received and everything promised. You earned this. All done?
It's usually me making... Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making...
Then I should begin by telling... This was some years ago, of course. At that time, I had to supervise, all to ensure that the future... Alas, I had not expected...
Have you spoken with it?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima.
The guild weighs it, but as you say...
When I first met him, and I did nothing to ease that. It is one of my great... And what he truly... The blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you.
Then I beg that you bring me... Oh, apothecaries are fabulist.
Well, it can't hurt. Where can I find...
You have seen... Well, there is a waterfall. Whether they still survive the...
It's all right.
Thank you, Clive. Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. Ah, yeah. Indeed. Then... Despite scouring the shell, but... I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. What subject shall we consider today? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. No mistakes. as well picking them. Oarsman.
You did?
I think. You wanted to make Dion...
Oh,
it's no trouble. Your Highness.
No.
Our lawsman has some...
Master Harper, no. Not after everything I have taken, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again and see in his heart...
Then that is all the more test your resolve.
I must, at the very least. Very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clyde. Were it not for you, not to mention the wyvern tail.
I hope the soul in the hideaways.
Why? These flowers bloomed in...
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, 'tis said that an owl's feather, so consider that one day...
Well, thank you, Hypocrisy.